What's up, YouTube? This is Naija, and this video is all about these jobs ain't out for you, they ain't down for you, they ain't riding for you. They not. Okay? I just run into like a young lady that I worked with. And I seen her like in another big store. I don't want to say the store, just in case she watch my YouTube videos. I'm not trying to buff business out there. So, and I'm like, girl, you work 2 jobs? Like, I always see you here. I don't really see you at the other job anymore. And she was like, oh, they let me go. So I'm like, oh, well, what happened? And she was like, well, she was looking for, a better opportunity. She got offered a better opportunity, and the store that she was working in didn't want to work around her schedule for her to train. I'm like, of course not. She said she would have stayed at the other store that let her go, but just ride with me. It's a little confusing. She would have stayed at, let's say, store number 1 that she's no longer working at, right? And then there's store number 2 that she's currently working at, and then there's store number 3 where she was training for. All right? So this is what happened. I'm gonna rewind. Store number 1 wound up letting her go. Okay? So she wound up at store number 2. Okay? But while she was at store number 1, she was actually looking for another job because store number 1 wouldn't pay her what she was worth. And I told her, ain't no job gonna pay you what you're worth. So don't ever look for that. Look for comfortability. Look for something convenient. Look for a trade. Look for something that's in it for you, because they're gonna never ever pay you what you're worth. Right? So back to the story. So she went for training for job number 3, and then job number 3, as soon as it was time to work, changed up her work schedule. And she's a single mom, and it didn't work. As she clearly stated that in the beginning, before training, that these were the hours she can work. Right? So then, she had already, I guess, severed the relationship with store number 1, because store number 3 was hiring her. And, she was already training for it. So then, this is how I heard the story, right? So then, she called store number 1 back. She wound up not taking store number 3's offer because the hours didn't work for her. She went to store number 1 and tried to get her job back, and the so-called manager said that her position was filled. Now, this was all in a matter of a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. And she was like, wow, that fast? I said, girl, they replace you quicker than a tether belly in a belly, quicker than a, you know what I mean. They replace you real quick, okay? And so, store number 2, she started working in between times, because she was out of work 5 weeks. She got a job with store number 2, and she was just working that, because I think the plan was to work 2 jobs, I believe. So since store number 1 didn't give her a job back, she was at store number 2. But she said, let me reapply for store number 1, since they didn't give me my job back. She reapplied, and they offered her the position for lead. She went for the interview for like a lead position. But then she said corporate intervened and was like, no, the way she left or whatever, she can't get the position. Honestly, I don't think it was corporate. I think somebody put a bug in their ear and was like, don't rehire her, And she going through her own situation, with her being a single mom and stuff like that, and her baby's father that she had to go to court for. And she said now that he got visitation rights for the child, and he's not even being helpful or whatever. And I was just like, that's a whole nother different story. But I'm just telling you right now that I used to do that. Don't think a job, that you're gonna look for another job, right? And then you get offered a position and you just leave, not give 2-week notice or whatever, or I don't know if she did, because she didn't really explain that part, and then think you could come back unless you got it like that. Because some people do got it like that, okay? They do. They can mess up like mad times and still come back. I've seen it. It's just for her, brown skinned sister, I feel like she was the wrong color, honestly. Because I know how these big businesses work. It's not about, oh, you left, you didn't give a 2-week notice or this and that. No, it's about who you know. Because I've seen it too many times. Can't tell me different. I've seen it too many times. These jobs ain't for you. So, I mean, I'm still working at one of those jobs she was talking about. But I'm letting you know, none of these jobs is for you. Okay? None of them ain't out for you. They ain't down for you. They ain't riding for you. They ain't trying to help you. Okay? I don't care what their motto is. They love Jesus or whatever. They not down for you. They just not. Because see, I tried that before in one of my jobs, right? I didn't like the job. I never like a job, whatever. But that's besides the point. And I went for training for another job that I wound up not liking either. But still. So the first job that I still had, I just called out for training, right? And I just spoke to my manager every day, like, nah, I don't feel good, whatever excuse I used, I don't remember. And I was training in another job because I was planning on leaving. Probably, okay, not the right way. I should have, put in a 2-week notice or whatever, but whatever. And so, after like the second or third day, I was like, I know you're not going to take me back, And he's like, nah, come in, and I was like management at that job. And and then I remember telling him, I said, I'm gonna get a doctor's note and then I'm gonna come in with the doctor's note. But I wound up not coming in with the doctor's note because he told me, I said, if I don't have the doctor's note, would there be a problem? Would there be a situation? He was like, nah, just come in and stuff like that. He waits till I come in just to tell me, do you have the doctor's note? Oh, I'm sorry, I have to let you go. And I was just like, is he crazy? Is he out of his freaking mind? I could have stayed home, made me waste my gas. I put my foot so far up your butt. It's like, come on. These jobs just ain't for you because they turn people into monsters, okay? And I know that everybody got to look out for themselves and their family, but you don't have to do people dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like, anyway. I ain't getting emotional over that because he eventually got fired anyway. So, moving on. What I'm saying is you got to start providing something that you're in control of. Something that's for you and your family that nobody can take away from you because you putting your efforts in it. You're putting your mission, your vision, your dream, your handprint on it. Your footprint on it. You put it, it's yours. So nobody can take that away from you. Right? Because it's all in your head. And you manifest it to the outside. Every time you depend on these stupid ass jobs, excuse my language, to be there, be your ride or die, you will get disappointed. Okay? And every time you think that I'm going to just get a next job, making more money, or it's going to be a better so-called situation, believe me, they'll never pay you what you're worth, and it'll always be a situation. All right? So, the model of the story is, which I hope I didn't go off track because I talk too much. And I know this. These jobs ain't for you. Subscribe. Peace out. Deuces.